combination of inflection, internal rotation, and a little bit of adduction that will happen automatically by virtue of flexion and internal rotation. Again, this is like putting Pro Wrap on. It's the toilet paper thing. Do you put it on this way or this way? My preference is this way because then it just rolls right off the roll. You go this way, now you've got a little bit of separation and things that can get caught. So I find it's easier if you're just laying it on right from the roll this way. Who remembers from lecture how much tension should we put on this thing as we're wrapping? Half. Yeah, so there's full, there's half. Okay, so you need to maintain, again, as you're busy with your hands and you're thinking about where you're going, it's pretty easy to slacken off and you're just laying the tensor on. It's not providing a lot of elastic support to that hip. So you need to think about maintaining it under some tension. Okay, as I mentioned, these little clips, the only thing they're useful for is to hold the roll together while it's in your taping kit. And so save them for when you take it off and you roll the tensor back up to put it back on. But we're not going to affix the tensor with these because they don't hold real well and they're really great for causing cuts and punctures and other types of things on the athlete. So we're going to actually fixate it with just some white athletic tape at the end. So you probably want to cut or tear yourself a few strips because your hands are going to be busy stabilizing everything. Unless you work with a team where you have an assistant. So one wrap around the thigh is the anchor. As we come around, then we're going to come up and across. Okay, this is the Spika portion, so that's going to help to stabilize the hip to the inside a little bit. We're going to do one wrap around the trunk and then one wrap down and around the thigh again. So it's 1, 1, and 1. Okay, and then you'll probably be out of tensor. So coming around, half the tension. This is sometimes the tricky part, making sure that doesn't snap loose. Coming up. Back down to the front of the hip. Okay. Round thigh. And then we continue with that. And as you see, we're going to run out of tensor pretty quick here.
So then if you have a little bit like that, you just go till it runs out?
Yeah, you take it to here. And this is actually would be a good place to fixate it. Fix it. Because it's not usually going to get caught up in equipment or clothing or anything like that.
So all that would stay put under equipment?
Mm-hmm. Now, technically, again, depending on the sport, hockey player, as gross as it is, we'd be doing it naked.
I was just going to say, where would they put their
now, obviously, male, female, like if you're a female trainer working with a male hockey team, you may not, right? So it depends on the situation.
I think it's the vagina. That's where you put the penis.
But at the very least, you'd want it over spandex shorts or something as close to the skin as possible. Because, yeah, as these shorts wouldn't be the greatest because, of course, they would shift and move underneath and wiggle it loose. So, you move your hip out to the side. Feel like you get some resistance to that movement.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah. Not so much the other way. And then go backwards. Extension. You get some resistance there.
Yeah, it's not as easy as it is.
Yeah. And so that's even with just a couple of 1.5 reps of the tensor. So if we had a double tensor, we could have gone around a couple more times and really stabilized that.